So basically, Steve came in and said, you know, this is important. We got to do this.
Yeah.
Jeremy Piven's going to be on GMA.
Yeah.
And he put E-Rock on it.
Yeah.
So E-Rock and
He's shaking his
Steve
head.
then crowded around the TV.
Yeah.
And they're watching it on the big screen live because the source we use to get audio, there's a little delay. So you watch it live and then you remember the audio and go back and cut it up.
Sure.
So the first incident was while Eric was watching the live screen,
Yeah.
Steve went back into his office and then he came out and said, "Hey, Eric, could you get this audio?" And Eric goes, "Yes, Steve, that's why I'm watching it." And then Steve goes, "Okay, just reminding you." And then Eric kicked a chair across the room.
Oh. E-Rock got a little feisty.
Yeah, it gets heated around here.
Yeah, it sure does. And what was the other thing
And
about
then Jeremy Piven
favorite part coming up?
starts talking about how sick he was.
Yeah.
And Steve goes over to the TV, and he goes, "This guy says he's sick. I don't believe a word of it."
Uh-oh.
Which,
And why is that funny, Sam?
because given the fact that
He's talking a pot kettle conversation here.
clear, non-nasally voice Steve was out with a cold for one day this week.
Where is Steve?
Non-nasally voice.
I love the non-nasally voice.
Oh,
And, and
no.
maybe that person walked out of the office right as a garbage can was being kicked right at him.
Yeah. Steve, a lot
I
of
don't
the
like
staff
this.
very suspicious that you did not have a cold.
I don't like
when you
it,
called
Steve,
it
at
sick
all.
Yeah.
a couple days ago.
I don't like get to defend yourself.
I love how Sam fabricates sentence fragments just to get him, just to instigate.
Ooh.
What did I fabricate?
That was I never
Fabricated.
Said, that. I
Said
never-
what?
I didn't say Piven didn't sound sick.
You didn't look at the TV and say, "I don't believe him" for a second.
Yeah, you kind of blocked me from watching and keeping notes of this interview that I had to cut up because you stood right in front of it and turned the remote down just so you could hear it because the show was playing behind you.
Did you believe he was sick and not believe he ate fish?
I was watching the show, but I don't know. Whatever. Anyway,
He was asking you a question. You can't just say whatever.
You just said I fabricated something.
Whatever.
I have limited space to allocate this stupid
But
shit.
you didn't-
Um,
He asked you a question that I didn't make any sense.
Steve, comment?
I don't even know what.
Steve, we're on.
I thought the Piven audio was worth playing, so I had Eric cut it out.
Right.
So
I don't think Anthony's getting a cold. He's a liar.
But then you said I lied when you
but I
say
didn't say that though.
you didn't look at the TV and say, "I don't believe a word that he's saying."
no,
verbatim.
No, I didn't say that.
You did
I
not.
know.
But
I-
you
I'm
are saying that Sam is telling the truth. He heard you say
you
it.
kind of just came in and said Sam fabricated all the stuff.
Yeah, but I
And
didn't
now
say
you're saying you didn't say it. And Sam said this to you, and you're saying he's lying when he said it right to you.
No, he didn't.
Steve, I was in the office.
Oh, Jesus.
You stood
Oh,
in front of me while
Jesus.
I was watching and taking notes on it, so you could listen to him talk about
Yeah,
being sick.
I said I believe he's I probably said he's like disingenuous or something like that, but I didn't
You
say I
said
don't-
verbatim, "I do not believe a word of what he's saying." I know that
maybe
because
I did. I don't remember saying it. I
as
really
soon
don't.
as you said that, I am Danny and was like, "Steve just said this, LOL," and then Danny LOL'd back. But I wouldn't have made it.
LOL'd back.
We were LOLing about
If
it.
someone intercepted that
Actually,
conversation,
Rob,
they'd probably go, "What are these two fat girls talking about?"
Yeah, exactly. Just like the fucking coffee clutch that exists behind the scenes in this place. It's so silly.
Oh, shit,
What
Sam.
coffee clutch?
You, Danny, Sam, Eric.
You mean the entire support staff minus you?
Yes, exactly. This is the trials and tribulations of being the fucking kindergarten teacher of Romper Room behind the scenes here.
Wow, you guys
we
are
were
mature.
we were
It's I don't mind. It's just, but that's the reality of it. I have to be the fucking nanny of this fucking.
we were laughing at you. We were laughing because you were talking to a television.
I thought
Yeah.
that, so what?
and then you turned around like you had just addressed the room.
Like I sure showed that Piven.
What? Like you've never talked to a TV and discussed before?
Yeah, but when I do it, it's not the irony isn't so in my face of me saying you're faking sick when there was suspicion.
Oh, you thought I was faking sick the other day.
No, I just said suspicion. I did not make that
Yeah,
claim.
we don't know for sure, but
Do not know that.
you did say you were going to like battle a cold.
Yes,
No.
I was doing battle. It was me and a saber and flu germs.
Wait, did you have a cold this week?
Yeah, my chick's been home sick with a cold the entire week.
No,
and
not
I've
not
been-
your chick. You.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Monday you were sweating a lot, and then Tuesday you disappeared.
You're sweating right now.
Yeah.
And it's 17 degrees out.
Dude, I
and it's-
sweat
and it's
all
not
the time.
that warm in here.
I sweat all the time.
I still got my my hoodie on and stuff. I'm still a little chilled.
It is what it is. I sweat.
I sweat a lot, man.
I know. And I'm not on any supplements. I'm not on anything.
All right. And you fought a one-day cold. That's
Yep.
what Sam's getting at, right, Sam?
He said
You got the email.
going to stay here and try to get rid of this cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we just thought was funny because that was the first sentence, but this cold hadn't been set up. Like, nobody knew what this cold was because he didn't have a cold on Monday.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
That's just...
I had one of those 24-hour things. It was, you know, they happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's all.
Get rid of...
I got rid of it.
But Sam, what are you getting at? Like colds usually last more than.
Right, well, they're like a...
What's the average cold?
I'd say 7 to 10 days of lingering.
Yeah.
Plus,
Sam, I'm going to make an effort to breathe on you all week, for the rest of the week.
all right, well, maybe I'll just catch it at 3 in the morning and then be done with it by, noon, and then I'll be good.
I hope so. Thank you, Sam.
See, what's happening here is they don't believe you called in sick.
I don't give a rat's ass what they
Probably had
believe.
something else.
Yeah,
going on.
people are thinking you were fibbing.
This is the face of someone who doesn't give a shit what they think.
Ooh, that's
Unfortunately.
Right.
Wow.
It's not productive.
The face of someone who doesn't give a shit.
That helps
That's
the
right.
show.
Yes, it does, actually. Because if I allow everything that you guys say to stress me out, which I used to, but I can't, I would probably blow my head off clean across the fucking room, but I can't do that. So
What happened?
that would help
What's
the
the big
show.
What's the big change where you don't care anymore?
therapy.
Therapy.
Are you in therapy?
Yeah.
Does help, right?
Yeah, it does. Allows you to vent.
Man or woman?
Man.
I can't open up to a man.
Sex cock.
Just can't. That was a good one, Steve. You got to give it to Danny.
I will. I'll give it
That was
up.
a damn good one. I didn't. The fact that you delivered it like I've never seen a more eager delivery in my life, but it was a good one. I always have to have a woman.
Yeah. All right. All right. So we got to the bottom of the one-day cold.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Huh?
I was wrong.
Thank you, Sam.
Steve had a cold for 6
You
hours.
didn't apologize.
So is the Jeremy Piven audio worth playing? E-Rock.
It's okay. He's just a whiny douchebag.
Yeah.
Oh, don't talk about Steve like that.
Yeah, Jesus.
He asked
All right,
you
could
to
you leave the
pause.
studio for a second?
What?
Could you leave the studio for a second? So we can talk about
Oh.
But I'll hear it out there.
Yeah, why do you want him to leave the studio?
Yeah.
Yeah, say it in front of his face.
Right there. Stay right in front of that, the wettest face in the fucking East Coast.
it? Oh my God,
I know, dude. That's bad.
Steve, you're dripping on your shirt.
I know. I don't know why.
Eric, you implying that Steve wouldn't hear when he leaves the studio would mean that he